Hello, my name is Andrew McHugh. I'm here to talk to you about gun control and why we shouldn't register our guns. First off, since the founding fathers, everyone has had a gun. You needed a gun to protect yourself and protect your family, your livestock, your way of life, to be able to walk down the streets. Sometimes in those days, you would need a gun just because all the mini burglars come out, and there was not really a good cop or police that would come by and help you. There's no cell phones just to call, hey, I just got robbed. You got to protect yourself then and there. Same it is here. You can't open a cell phone as quick as you can, grab a weapon, and get rid of the attackers. Um, really, registration is just a small step away from confiscation. There's been hundreds of examples of why government should not have gun control or at least banning guns. Most of the time, a government, when they have had gun control, society was hurt and hurt bad. In Turkey in 1915 to around 1917, 1.5 million people was rounded up after having all their guns removed from them, all their protection removed from them. They were exterminated. Political, all the other reasons you can think of, they rounded them up and exterminated them. Another well-known one is the Soviet Union. In 1929, around 20 million people was rounded up, all the Armenians, the people that the Soviet Union did not want in their country for risk of political or other means. They killed, exterminated, whatever you want to say, they got rid of these people. Another very well-known one that we still read in our history books, Hitler. He started by saying gun control was for the kids, that it would be safer for the kids if we got rid of all the guns. Now, some people agree, but at the same time, he completely got rid of guns. There was no protecting yourself, and once he started rounding up people and putting people on these trains to take them away to camps, it wasn't just the adults. The kids that he said that he was going to save, they were gone too. All the Jews, gypsies, homosexuals, all the people that was rounded up, they didn't have guns, they didn't have no way to protect themselves, they're gone. Well, not all governments have rounded up their citizens to kill them. A lot of them seriously wanted the guns away, just to say that they were going to protect the people themselves. Which, you can sort of think about it, and it does sort of make sense. Big government, sure, they can help you most of the time. But in around 99, Australia, they had gun control. And they had so many more problems that happened because people knew that most of the society does not have the guns. They were law-abiding citizens. They got rid of the guns like the government wanted them to. Well, after gun control was added, homicides without the weapons went up 3.2%. That doesn't sound like a lot, but it adds up, especially when you include the assaults, armed robberies, and murder. The assaults themselves went up 8%. That is without the guns. That is just strictly bats, knives, and all that other kind of stuff besides stuff that shoots bullets. They would go in and they would do what they want with you because they knew that you didn't have a gun. The best you would have is maybe a pool cue or some kind of baseball bat. Armed robberies with guns went up 44%. That's a big jump. That is a very big jump from people just because they knew that you would not have a weapon because they hid theirs and they got you. Now, murder with guns went up 300%. Again, these are all the criminals that went through, and because they knew that most of society did not have guns, because the government had banned them, because they started off with registration and eventually banned the guns entirely, which is what we're heading to now. 300% murder with guns. It is ridiculous. People who register guns don't have to worry about just the government. Even if it is just registration, just to know who has what and where for whatever reason. Your personal info is on the internet. A lot of newspapers and some websites go through and they find these people's names, addresses, and phone books, which are all public information now that you've actually registered your gun. And they put them on their website so everyone can see. Now, that might not sound like a lot, but what if you had a stalker? Kind of far-fetched. Okay, what if you're in witness protection? Okay, you might have a different name, but people always slip up. That's why you have to change you from state to state once you are in witness protection. But if you do register a gun under that witness protection name, the people that you're hiding from know where you're at. Okay. What about guards at prisons? Whenever they have a problem with an inmate and they get their name, whenever they get out, or while they're still in there, they get your name, find your address, and they tell their people to take care of you, your family, your loved ones, your pets, your valuables, everything. They take it all. Killers also can go through and they find out which elderly people have guns and what they have, so they can plan what attacks they want to make on whoever, and they would kill the elderly, and they would take their guns, and they would have whatever, and the guns wouldn't be traced back to them except for fingerprints, which they would wipe off or wear gloves. People say Sandy Hook could be stopped if they would have registered guns. Well, his mom, the one he got the guns from, did register them. He killed her and took out the kids. Horrible tragedy. Robbers are also able to pick houses that do not have guns. That way they can rob. And that's just a few of my reasons why I believe that we should not have to register our guns.